All right, what's up guys? I hope we're all having a great holiday. Oh my gosh, I'm back after probably the hardest year of my life, both professionally and personally. Today is about the professional. Melanin Haircare, which is my hair care line, just had a launch earlier in April for a new product, and child, I could have never prepared for what happened. A lot of you guys may have heard through the grapevine different stories of what happened, which is why I wanted to come here and just clear all that up, because I think it's very important that everyone just knows what actually happened with the launch and, you know, what Melanin Haircare did to try and alleviate the issues. I just think that's really important. So it's gonna be a long video, so get a snack, get a drink, because we've got a lot to talk about, because this has been a year. This has been a year's worth of work. So I'm gonna break the video into 3 parts. The first part is the plan, what we wanted to happen. The second part will be what actually happened, where the plan went wrong. The third part will be just kind of dissecting different theories or rumors that are going around that I just want to address and realign the truth on, if that makes sense. All right, so let's get right into it. Let's talk about the plan, what we wanted to happen. Melanin Haircare is known to do pre-orders with all launches. I think we did pre-orders with pretty much every single launch except for one. And so we decided, let's go back to doing the pre-orders. It's a way to kind of gauge what the interest is, and then also give perks to those who are like really engaged in the brand and engaged in Natural 85. And then also we just enjoy giving out the little treats, like the little cute little lollipops. You guys love that stuff. So we're like, let's go back to doing pre-orders. So we are launching our beautiful new product, the Plumping Deep Conditioner, which is our amazing hyaluronic acid deep conditioner, pumpkin and bamboo, and it's just an amazing deep conditioner. So we said, let's go back to doing pre-orders, but I wanted to do it a little bit differently, change it up a little bit. So I said, let's just open it up to like our most loyal viewers. Let's only do a pre-order for Natural 85 watchers. So it was a secret pre-order, and we were only going to launch it on the Natural 85 Instagram page, the Natural 85 YouTube page, and then also we decided, okay, let's open it up for Melanin Haircare app users only. So if you decided to subscribe to the app or download the app, then that would be like a perk of doing that extra step. So it was a secret pre-order launch. We never put the product up publicly on the website. The only way to access it was through my Instagram, through my YouTube, or through the app. And we also never spoke about it on the Melanin Haircare Instagram page or any of the socials, because again, it was a secret launch. So the plan was we were going to launch on Natural 85 Instagram, Natural 85 YouTube, and through the app in April. The product was supposed to arrive 2 months later in June 2022. And that time we would start sending the product out to the pre-order customers who ordered it. And then of course we put an order in for our retail partners as well. And I also think that it's important to mention, because there's a couple different ways to do a pre-order. One way is to do it where you don't have the product in the works and you launch the product and say, hey, this is a pre-order, collect all of the funds for the product. Then you stop allowing people to order it, and then you use those funds to go and make the product. The other way to do it is you pay for the product up front with the manufacturer, a certain amount of units, and then you sell on your website up to the amount of units that you purchased. And that's how we did it. So we placed an order for our website customers, melaninhaircare.com, and then we placed an order for our retail partners. They're seen as 2 separate businesses, even though you place one order. So both of those orders are supposed to come in June. And then we would, of course, start shipping out to our pre-order customers. Then we would ship our product to our retail partners, who were supposed to hold on to the product until August. So then from June to August, which was 2 months, the pre-ordered customers who ordered directly from us would have all the time to play with it and put reviews and share their thoughts on the product, and they would be the first ones to share that. And then when August comes around, the retailers on their website, they would make their product live. So that's the plan. That was our foolproof plan. And then I'll also mention, outside of this plan, this has nothing to do with the Plumping Deep Conditioner, but once everything kind of went awry with supply chain, this affected the shipping of the Plumping Deep Conditioner. Was in mid-August, we had planned to move our warehouse facility, so like where all of our products are stored and shipped out of. We had planned to move that from one facility to another facility, which was supposed to be not a problem because we wouldn't really have anything going on at that time. The pre-order would have been well done with, and we'd be able to slow down the website for a week while everything was getting boxed up and shipped over to our new facility, and then get that up and running really seamlessly. That was the plan. So let's talk about what actually happened. And I'm laughing because if you don't laugh, you cry. So I'm choosing to laugh. So on April 12th, we did our launch. It was a secret pre-order launch on my Napsha85 Instagram page, as well as the Melanin Haircare app. Only people who downloaded that app and only people who watched my Instagram stories would have knowledge of the product existing. It was a secret perk of just being tuned in. In May, I was like, okay, let me open this up to Napsha85 YouTube channel. I made a video talking about the new product, so all of the loyal Napsha85 YouTube subscribers can get first dibs at that. Once again, it still wasn't up on the Melanin Haircare website or any of the Instagram pages or social media pages at all, and there was no email marketing about this product whatsoever. Like, nobody knew it existed except for Napsha85 people and those who downloaded the app. And so those launch messages in April and May mentioned that the product would be shipping in June. It's important to understand how long it takes us to actually make product with our manufacturer. Once our manufacturer receives ingredients in from their sources, it takes them 3 days to make the product, fill the product, and then ship it over to us. It's a very fast process, so that's great. The thing that holds it up is just getting the ingredients, whether that's sources not having the ingredient in stock. That's one aspect. Another aspect was the packaging getting stuck. Our products are made in the US, but our packaging comes from overseas. There's a lot of boats stuck on docks and just things were stuck there forever. Customs was a hot mess. So June comes, the beginning of June. We're like, okay, manufacturer, how we doing? And they're like, okay, well, we don't have the ingredients yet. We're still waiting on receiving them, but it only takes us 3 days. It's fine. June 1st week goes by, June 2nd week goes by. We're like, okay, we need to get this product. What's going on? We were told that it still hadn't arrived yet. At this point, it's the last week in June. Like I said, it takes us 3 days from beginning to end, but if the products had not arrived and we only have technically 5 work days, we know for sure that we're not going to be able to ship the product in June like we promised. So we decided, okay, let's alert the customers, let them know what's going on. Everybody knows it's a supply chain issue. Let's just write them an email and let them know what's happening. So on June 24th, we sent out an email to all of our customers who ordered the Plumping Deep Conditioner to just let them know, we're really sorry, there's a supply chain issue going on right now. We thought everything was going to ship in June, but it's ending up to not be June. We're told that we should have it out by July. And for being awesome customers and for waiting, here's 600 rewards points, which equals up to $5, so that you can use that on the website to buy whatever you want. And then I also had put out another video around that time on June 30th and kind of just discussed what was going on with shipping as well, just to kind of keep the messaging consistent. And I also mentioned in that video that the shipping should go out by last week in July. So now mid-July comes by. So we're reaching out to our manufacturers and we're like, how we're doing, guys? What's going on? We are told the same thing. We have not been shipped the ingredients. We don't have access to them. We don't know what's going on. So for people who don't really understand why there's a supply chain issue, the big issue is that there is like a certain amount of resources. And then once the pandemic happened and everybody didn't know when they would be able to get the resources, a lot of the larger companies, they went and bought pretty much everything that they could. All the supply was taken up. So now all the suppliers have to create new supply. So what I think was happening with the manufacturers was that their suppliers were telling them that they had ingredients that they didn't actually have. So as the company working with the manufacturer, we're again relying on that communication as well. The last week of July came and we realized once again, even if we got the product at the top of this week, we're never going to get it out in time. So then once we realized the last week of July that once again, we're screwed, we decided, okay, let's send out another email to update customers on what's going on. So we sent another email, and that email, I was like, let me put a video on there. These are my Napsha85 close subscribers. These are my people, I want them to see my face and I want them to really know how sincere I am. So we sent out another email with a special video, and I apologized in that video and took full responsibility for everything that was going on as the CEO and co-founder of the company. That's just the right thing to do. And I mentioned that on top of the 600 rewards points that everyone already received, we'd also be adding a free gift in the package, and that was our papaya head wraps that everybody received. We put one in every single package, and we had thousands of packages, and those head wraps are either $21 or $24 each. I can't remember. So $20 times thousands of people is a lot of money. That's a pretty good free gift. So, you know, I really wanted people to know how seriously we took this. So we sent an email August 4th and let them know what was going on, and then gave them a free gift as well, and let them know that they should definitely get it by the end of September, because that's what we were told. We really could only share information that we had. You know, we were getting these dates from our partners. I don't know where it went wrong in the chain. We're trying to figure that out right now. We're trying to get a good grasp on what the realistic wait times are. That's why, you know, right now Melanin Haircare has a lot of out of stocks. We're a small business in this industry. We can only take what we can get. We were told that everything would ship out by September. We received word around the next couple of weeks that the ingredients were on their way. Everything is working, everything is moving. Our packaging, which was still stuck at customs, that was actually moving as well. Everything was on their way to the manufacturer. Fill is gonna happen. We're so excited. So we were hoping that would be done before the last week in August, because the last week of August went into September. And so we realized that we'd have to make another statement, send out another email or what have you. I wanted to get a specific date. I didn't want to go out to you guys and say, oh, we'd be shipping them by October, because at this point, that just means nothing, right? I've already done this twice. And so I wanted a specific date. So while we were waiting for the manufacturer to tell us what date we would actually get the product, we were preparing to receive the product at our new shipping facility. And I was telling our customer service team to just let people know that the pre-orders are currently being prepared to ship with a free gift, and just stay tuned for any shipping announcement. It was a vague statement, but I didn't have a date yet. So I wanted to be able to give a date that you guys could rely on, but also keep communication open. So once we received our receiving date at the warehouse, I made sure to put an announcement on my personal Instagram story that we would be shipping September 13th. Melanin Haircare at this time was receiving tons of questions in email, DMs, and now also on our Instagram. And so we decided to also repost that September 13 message in our Melanin Haircare Instagram as well. Now, this is the very first time that we even mentioned this product on the Melanin Haircare Instagram at all, because again, this was a secret product. So the product had never seen the light of day on any of the Melanin Haircare socials or even on the website publicly. So this reposting of the September 13th date was really out of the norm for this launch. And that was just because we were receiving a ton of messages through the social media. And so we were like, okay, let's update it that way. But we didn't want to put it on our main page because there was no mention of the product ever on the main page at this point. I think a lot of people were contacting us through Instagram because they were also sending emails. And at this time we were getting flooded with emails, and we have a very small customer service team. And so we were doing our best. Our email says it takes 48 to 72 hours. And so if you didn't want to wait that time, they would catch us on Instagram, and that's fine. And at this point, a lot of the customers, because they had seen the August 4th email, were emailing us and asking us questions via Instagram DM and Instagram comments. So rather than sending out another email, we're like, okay, let's just update people this way, because people are clearly, they're logged in, they're paying attention to our socials, and they're asking questions this way. So this is how they want to know. So this is how we're answering. And we're really just on autopilot, trying to get as much information to people as possible. And all of our resources were put into this, put into answering emails and put into answering DMs and comments on Instagram. Okay, so then I announced that the new ship date was September 13th. And now our messaging could go from we're preparing to ship the product to your product will be shipping September 13th. But just keep in mind that we had thousands and thousands of product to ship out. We can only ship out a couple hundred a day, so it does take a little bit of time. It took a little bit of extra time because if you remember, we had also planned mid-August to change our warehouse facilities. So we were going from our old warehouse where we used to ship product to a new warehouse. All the product had to be accounted for, boxed, and then shipped over to our new facility. Our new facility had to transfer our Shopify system, our technology system, from one shipping facility to another for shipping facility. And that can be a couple weeks of testing just to make sure everything flows correctly. That happened in mid-August. We could not postpone that because if you can imagine, we had contracts with warehouses and we can't just be like, hey, can we just stay here for another month while we figure this out? No, the contract is up, we gotta move. So that's what we were kind of up against as a business. We were like ducks. We were like ducks on water. That's why you didn't see me on social media. That's why you still don't see me, because I needed to take a break, okay, because it was crazy. So a couple of issues happened with the whole transfer of products to the warehouse. One of the issues was that we didn't get all of our products. Some of it was lost at the other warehouse. We're just receiving a lot of our product now, which is insane, I know. It's almost December. So once we were actually able to start shipping pre-orders, if there were products that we were still waiting for from the old warehouse, we had to skip over those orders and get on to the next one. Some of the items that were left at the old warehouse at the time were our logo socks, some of our XL shower mirrors, and then also some of our oils. So those are the ones off the top of my head that I can remember. So once all the products were set up at our new warehouse and we received the new Plumping Deep Conditioner, we started shipping out products. We're shipping them by date of who made the orders first, but something happened in the system transferring over from the old warehouse to the new warehouse, where there was like a small batch of April orders that got put on hold for whatever reason. And like I said, once you transfer warehouse systems, there's like a bunch of testing, there's glitches that can happen. It's a brand new warehouse. So for some reason, one of the glitches were that there was a hold on like a little group of April orders. So a week after we started shipping, we realized, oh my God, this group of April orders was put on hold, and we prioritized getting those out. I think that's everything. That's what went awry with the plan. I'm trying to see, I have notes here because it was a lot. It was a lot. So yeah, there was a lot going on behind the scenes that we were dealing with all at once. But I think that, you know, with everything said, like, we were just on every single issue that came our way. We didn't stop, we just kept going. And there were a lot of issues, you know, and I praise my customer service team, and I praise my social media team. I think that had we not done a pre-order, obviously this wouldn't have been such a big issue, because, you know, although we would have had to wait on getting the product, you guys would not have known about that because we wouldn't have launched it until we received the product. So I think just the fact that this was a pre-order and the customers were involved just added an extra level of stress on that. And with that being said, I definitely will never be doing a pre-order again, which is sad because, like I said, I love pre-orders. We love pre-orders. It's like so much fun to offer our most loyal customers a perk for being like loyal and being tuned in. Like, that's so much fun. The fact that we're not going to be doing pre-orders anymore is kind of sad, but I just don't want to risk you guys having to wait on the products. When it comes to Melanin Hair Care, like, if you order a product, you're gonna get it. You're either gonna get the product or you're gonna get a refund of your product. That's a no-brainer. That's gonna happen regardless. But I don't ever want you guys to wait on getting your product. I've done pre-orders where I've had to wait a long time, and I know it's very frustrating. So, like, you know, when I was making videos saying, you know, please give us grace, I wasn't implying that you guys weren't giving us grace. I was just saying, please give us additional grace, basically. Like, hang in there. We're getting it done for you guys, you know? All right, so now we went over the plan. We went over what happened to make the plan go awry. So let's talk about some of the concerns that were going around that I just want to realign with the truth just to make sure that everyone is aware of what actually did happen. So one of the big concerns was that there was no communication, that we didn't let people know what was going on, or that we were like hiding. Throughout this video, I showed you what we did. Every single month that we knew that there was a delay, we let our customers know. So while this whole pre-order situation happened from April to October, the main communication points would be anytime a missed shipping date happened. So every single time we had a missed shipping date, we let people know what was going on. So our first date that we were supposed to ship was within the month of June. And as soon as we realized that we weren't going to make a shipping date within the month of June, we sent an email out on June 24th. And then the next shipping date was supposed to be by the last week in July. As soon as we realized that we weren't going to make that shipping date on the last week of July, we sent out an email, which was August 4th, which was that last week. Immediately sent out another email to let people know. And then after that, we were supposed to have everything shipped by September. And once we realized we weren't having everything shipped by September, we let people know that we were working on a date and that we would let people know as soon as possible, and then immediately let people know that our new ship date was September 13th. So we did communicate every single step of the way. And then also for those who were extra nervous, if they sent an email, we responded to every single email, or if they sent a DM, we responded to every DM and also to every comment. We were definitely there every step of the way for everybody who needed to have a question answered. We were there to answer that for them. And then the other misconception was that we were ignoring comments and only responding to praises. And again, that's just not true. We're responding to everybody's comment. refund. I did see in a video that this screenshot was shown as like an example of us ignoring comments and only responding to praises, but that's just not true. We post about 4 Instagram posts a day, and this person had an inquiry on a couple of different photos that day. So it was August 31st that they asked, are we going to get an announcement or an update regarding the conditioners we ordered in April? This person actually asked that question in another photo that we had posted that day on the 31st. So we were having a full-on conversation with them and some other Melanin Hair Care customers, and she was happy. She had her question answered on another photo that day. So although the screenshot looks like we did not answer her question, we did answer her question and she was happy. So we just didn't go back and repeat the response on that photo because she was already happy. So we just let that go and we just continued to comment to other people that we needed to comment to. We were answering everybody's comments, whether it was a praise or whether it was a criticism. We were there. We weren't ignoring anybody. You know, whether people liked our answer or not, that's a whole nother story, but we were definitely there to keep communication open the entire way. Another thing I was seeing was that we weren't offering refunds, and we definitely offered refunds to everybody who wanted one. We definitely wanted people to be happy, whichever it was, whether it was waiting for the product to come in or if it was like, I don't want to wait for it. I'd rather just get my refund. Maybe I'll try it another time when it's more readily available. We're offering refunds to everybody who wanted one, and we would refund really fast because we wanted you guys to understand that we respected your time, we respect your funds. Or if we noticed that somebody was extremely upset, and not too many people were very irate. Like there are some people who are upset, but they kind of understood and they're like, okay, well, I just would like a refund. I'm done. You know, that's very respectful and we appreciate that. And we're, you know, respectful back. But if somebody was like extremely upset, then we would go back out to them and just be like, hey, we wanted to ask if you wanted to wait a little bit longer for your order, or you can cancel it and we can refund you the amount back, and then they can make the choice to accept the refund or, you know, continue to wait. But yeah, whether you got a refund or not, that was definitely up to the consumer, and we were offering refunds to anybody who wanted one. So I know another issue was that there were no static posts on social media, and I already mentioned why there were no static posts. It was a secret launch, and we just were not posting about this product at all on our social media. The launch was through Napsho85, Instagram, YouTube, and via the app. We ended up putting something on the Melanin Haircare Instagram stories like at the very end, just because a lot of people were asking questions, and that seemed to be the best place to communicate with them. But from like the very beginning, we were sending emails and I was updating people via my Instagram and through my YouTube, which was the same exact source to which people found the launch in the first place. So I figured that would be the best way to get the word out about any updates on where the launch is, in addition to emails. So that's why. I know that one person in particular was upset because the pre-orders stayed open while the delays were happening. But like I mentioned before, the way that we do pre-orders is that we order a set number of units of product from the manufacturer, and while the manufacturer is working on it, we sell up to that amount of units on our website. So the reason that we kept the pre-orders open while the delays were happening was because we still had units to sell. So selling the products is not what caused the delay. The delay was caused from manufacturer not receiving ingredients in time. Hey guys, I was just editing and there was one other misconception that I meant to address in the video, and that was that we were prioritizing retailers over our pre-order customers, and again, that's not true. As I mentioned, we have 2 separate parts of our warehouse. One part of our warehouse ships to our website customers and the other part ships to our retailers. And so when all the product arrived, the website customers, which are the pre-order customers, they have their team who are shipping their product out, and then the retailers have their team that are shipping the product out. Now, as you can imagine, the shipment to the retailers is really fast. We just have to ship one giant box of products to one location, and then the retailers take care of the rest. And on our melaninhaircare.com side of the warehouse, they're shipping out thousands of individual packages all across the world. So that takes a lot of time. And then, as I mentioned, it's a brand new warehouse, so we had glitches and issues that we were coming across. So basically, the retailers got their package, they were able to put it up on the website faster than we could finish shipping out the product. Now, in the perfect world, this would have happened in June. The retailers would have received their box and sat on it while we were at our old warehouse and able to ship out all the products really seamlessly. And then you guys would have had your products and had the 2 months. But as you know, things happened and the dates got rolled over because there were delays. And so as soon as the retailers received the product, it was up on the website and ready to go. So that's what happened. We weren't prioritizing the retailers. Hope that helps. So a piece of constructive criticism was that we should hire more people. Now that the issue is over, we definitely have hired somebody to help us with our supply chain to try and get on top of that and figure out like what the Tetris pieces are to put together to make sure that this doesn't happen again. And it's really a matter of getting ahead of things now that we know what the supply chain is kind of looking like. And still, like, this is going to be an issue until 2024, but we have like a better idea of what the new supply chain rhythm is going to look like. So now we can try and get ahead of that. So we do have somebody in the place to do that. But when you're in the middle of a crisis, you can't really stop dealing with the crisis, especially when you have a small number of employees. You can't really stop dealing with the crisis to start like reviewing resumes and interviewing people, trying to decide who to pick, and then getting them into the infrastructure, and then teaching them the lay of the land and introducing them to your supply chain. And like, that's a lot of work that happens. And so that's something that kind of happens after you deal with the crisis. You have to deal with the crisis. Once that's over, once you've dealt with it with whatever resources you currently have, once that's dealt with and your customers are okay, then you start looking into how to avoid that issue in the future. So appreciate the constructive criticism, and that's definitely something that we have done. But you know, just realize that it's something that you have to do after you've dealt with the crisis. I hope that helps clear up any of the misconceptions about this launch, or like anything that happened. You know, the team and I were in this the entire time of communicating to everybody, and 99.99% of the customers were cool with that. Like, they understood, and if they were upset, they asked for the refund, they got the refund, and they were okay. You know, it's just, I want to make sure that all the information out there is correct. So I'm looking forward to never doing a pre-order again. Never doing a pre-order again. Oh my gosh. Oh, it makes me sad, but I can't do it. I don't have it in me. The holiday season's coming up. I just want to relax with my family and kind of get my balance back, because this year has been super off balance for everything. So I'm looking forward to getting back on balance this holiday season. So I think that explains everything that happened. I'm very proud of my team and how they handled everything. They were super respectful the entire way. The customer service was extremely responsive and empathetic. They really just wanted to make sure that everybody was okay, and I appreciate that. Editing Whitney popping in here again. I just wanted to clarify, I'm not saying that we were perfect. I'm just saying that I think that we did a good job with the hand that we were dealt. I mean, I don't really think there's a perfect answer to deal with this situation. It's really, it has never happened before. It's unprecedented. So I think we did a good job. Just keeping communication open is all you can ask for. Transparency. Anytime somebody wanted to know what was going on, we answered that. We sent out emails to keep the general public abreast of what was happening. And we tried to compensate with free gifts and, you know, just little things here and there to let people know that we care. We had a lot of different things going wrong just because of the rollover of problems throughout the year. And, you know, I don't think it would have been appropriate to send out mass emails every single time like a little glitch or something happened. But if somebody did ask, we were there to clarify and answer any questions that somebody might have. And yeah, I'm just thankful that Melanin Haircare made it through that. And I look forward to working on new products and getting them out. And it will just be a straight launch. It won't be a pre-order, just to make sure that everything in our supply chain goes well. So I'm excited to make more videos on this channel. I couldn't make any more videos until I addressed this whole launch situation. And now that I have, I can move on to making more videos. I'm super excited for the holidays and to just kind of decompress with my family. I hope you guys are having a great holiday, a great day. I want to plug the Black Beauty Effect on Xfinity and Zumu. It is a docu-series that talks about the history of Black beauty in makeup, hair, and skin, and also brings it to the forefront of like today's social media, some of the YouTubers that have helped. It was a really cool docu-series, and I think that you guys should definitely check it out. Some of your faves might be in there. It's such an empowering docu-series, and I learned a lot. The history aspect was very interesting. I'll put a link in the description box where you guys can go and view that. They really wanted to tell an uplifting, positive, Black, female-oriented story, and they really did that. Like, it's a beautiful, beautiful docu-series. I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope you watch it. It's free, so definitely check it out. It's a free watch. All right, guys, that's it. I'm gonna go. Love you, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.